if you're like me, or like most people, or really I should say like everybody on the planet, there will be times in your life where you've got to go into a situation or do something or say something or take part in something and you're not looking forward to it. It feels really awkward, you're maybe lacking confidence, you maybe even have some fear about it. Well, did you know that there's an easy way to transform how you feel in seconds? And I'm going to share that with you in this video, so stay tuned. Hi, Mark Rhodes here and welcome back to Massively Improve, the channel that helps you to massively improve through personal development and self-help that is easy to do. Now, in my previous video last week, I spoke about visualization and the fact that the feeling is one of the most important things associated with that. And of course, we drive on feelings. Feelings are what control us at the end of the day. It's all about how we feel. Do we feel confident or certain enough to take some action? Or are we worried or concerned, in which case we're going to pull back, not take the action, or if we do go ahead and look to perform, we're not going to do very well. So as I said at the start of this video, there are times and situations in all of our lives where we've got to go into maybe a room of people we don't know, or we've got to stand up and talk in public, we've got to raise a difficult conversation with somebody, or we've got to take part in something or do something, go for an interview or whatever it is, and we don't feel good about it. In fact, we may be worried, we may be scared, there may be fear, but wouldn't it be great if we could feel a lot more positive? If we could just switch on positivity in the moment or switch on feeling confident, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Well, there's a way to do that. There is absolutely a way to do that. And it's a proven way, and it is actually called anchors. So anyone who's ever looked at neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP as it's called, would have come across anchors. Now, we create anchors. You've got anchors right now in your life. A song may come on the radio, it makes you feel happy or sad. That's an anchor. That song has anchored you to a memory and an experience in the past, and you've got feelings associated that you link to that. Maybe you smell some perfume or some aftershave and boom, you're thinking of that relation or that friend or that past romance or even your current partner that wore that fragrance. Maybe you go into a school and you smell the floor polish and you get this overwhelming sort of feeling of dread come upon you because it reminds you of being back at school and you feel like you did at 6 years old at school. All these things are anchors. What anchors are, they are when an external stimulus, fancy word I know, but you hear something, you smell something, you taste something, for instance, and that taste, smell or sound instantly makes you feel happy, sad, scared, confident, whatever. That is a link between a stimulus, sound, taste, those sorts of things, or, say you hear, linking back to a memory that triggers the feeling. So what if we could create these? What if we could, personally, now you can of course, if there's a song that makes you feel really upbeat and empowered, I've said before, you could put that on, listen to that, and then before you go into a situation you'd feel more empowered. But the trouble is a lot of the time we need to go into a situation where we can't be playing music and listening to music, and we want some discrete method of making ourselves feel good, making ourselves overcome the fear, feel more confident so that we can start the action or start the conversation that we've got to get involved in. So what we do, there's an additional way, in addition to sounds, tastes and smells, that will generate these feelings and anchors, and that is called a physical gesture. And this is where you do a particular physical gesture. Quite commonly what people use is squeezing a couple of fingers together, maybe getting the two fingers and the thumb and just squeezing them together like that. Now, what we can do is, it sounds bizarre if you've never done this before, but you can record a feeling and associate it with that motion of going like that, such that, just like hearing a song or smelling a perfume makes you feel a certain way, doing that will make you feel a certain way. So what you do basically is you find something that you know will make you feel good, that will make you feel positive, make you feel confident, make you feel like you do anything. So it may be a song, it may be remembering something that happened in the past or something like that, thinking back through a past experience or a past success, something in your life. And if you haven't got anything you can think of, as I say, find a great song that makes you feel really good. And what you want to do is you want to start thinking about that experience. And as we say, hear what you heard at the time, see what you saw in your mind and all those things, and get that feeling going, or put that song on, get that feeling going. And as you can feel that good feeling building, that's when you want to start to squeeze those fingers together gently, if you're going to use the fingers. And you squeeze them together gently. And the important thing is what will happen is after a period of time, and this happens to everyone, you'll sense that feeling's going to fade back down. So the way it goes is when we start to feel good about something, a song comes on, we start to feel really good, we get this good feeling going up, and then it comes to a point, eventually either because the song ends or we start thinking about something else or something changing the song, but whatever, something happens and the feeling starts to go boom, down. Now the important thing when we do this to record this anchor, if you like, is you've got to record it on the way up. So you start playing it. As soon as you can start to feel a good feeling growing inside you and you're feeling quite good, it's starting to grow, you want to squeeze them together. But when you get the sense it's about to drop down, you've got to let go. Because what we're doing is we're building a mind and body connection between this and getting a good feeling coming up. What we don't want to do is build a connection with this that got a feeling going down and going away. We want a feeling going up and growing and at its peak, and held at its peak for a period of time, but not going down. Now what you've got to do is you've got to do this, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 times, different for different people in different situations. So you'd put the song on, or you'll think of the great experience from the past. As you start to feel good, you'll go like that. You feel it getting better, the feeling's getting better, you're feeling really good, etc., etc. Then you get to that point, oh, I'm sensing, or I can feel it's about to drop off, you let go. Then you sort of like just shake yourself down, think about something else, get back to a neutral state, and then you come back again. You put the song on again, or you think about the experience of the past again, and once you start feeling good again, you do that again. And as soon as you sense it going down again, you stop it. Now you do that 5, 10 times, maybe even a bit more, and then what you would find is if you go around, shake yourself off, get back to a neutral state, you'll actually find that when you go like that, applying roughly the same pressure and the same motion, when you do that, you'll get an amount of that feeling again. It may not be completely the same. Sometimes it is. It's the same intensity sometimes as the feeling you got when you listened to the song, or you thought about the experience from the past. Sometimes it's the same level of intensity, but other times it's not quite as strong, but you'll get it there. Now you can keep adding to it. So you could get another song that makes you feel good and do that, and another song that makes you feel good and do that, or think of another experience and do that. You can keep doing it. You sort of charge it up. The more you do it, the better it gets. And then what you do, and obviously you don't do it up here, I'm doing this so that you can see on the camera. What you do is you have your hand by your side, which obviously you can't see, it's out of the camera view at the moment, and you do it like that. And what that means is, because the hand is by your side, is it's very discreet. So if you had to stand up and do a talk somewhere, at a wedding or at work or somewhere, or you had to go into a room of people you didn't know and you were feeling quite, worried about it, what you could do is in that moment, as you're about to walk in, do that anchor down there, discreet. No one can see you're doing it. Start to feel good and then go into the situation. Because once you start a situation feeling good, it goes far better than if you go in, start in a situation feeling bad, as you know. So that's it really in a nutshell. That is anchors. We do it all the time. Let's say you'll smell a particular fragrance, remind you of a relation or a person that you once knew or somebody you use now, and you'll get feelings associated with it. The body links feelings to experiences and to smells, to tastes, to sounds, and to physical gestures. You can use any physical gesture you want, but it's best to use one that you're not going to do by accident during the normal course of the day. And it's also best to use one that you could do discreetly. I had one years ago when I was nervous about public speaking. I had one where I would just go like that. And so what would happen, I associated that with feeling good. So when they announced me to go on stage, I'd just go like that on the way up to the stage, and then I would feel great because I'd had all these songs in my mind that was associated to. Now, the thing I do need to tell you is, it's a bit like a rechargeable battery, in that you can keep doing this more and more and put more power in it, but what will happen is over time, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks or whatever, it will become less and less effective. That's what usually happens. It usually becomes less and less effective with these ones you've built yourself, at least in my experience. But that's not a problem, because you can just build it again. You go back to the experience or a different song or a different experience, and you just build the anchor again. But please remember, when you're doing it, you want to hold it once you feel that good feeling starting to build and getting near its peak. Hold that gesture while the feeling is at the peak, But as soon as you feel it starting to come down or you sense it's about to come down, let go and do it again, and that will build that anchor. Then the next time you're going into a difficult situation, boom. If you know you've got a difficult situation coming up, of course, you want to test the anchor the day before, the night before, or on the morning, and build it up a bit if it needs some more building up. Hope that's helped you. It's a really powerful technique that really does work. And it just takes some practice sometimes. You can even do a search on Google for anchoring or NLP anchors. Loads of free stuff on there to tell you how to do them in the way that I've told you as well. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so that YouTube will notify you about my videos when I release them. If you've got a bell notification on your device near the subscribe button, please hit that as well. Then YouTube will definitely tell you that I've released a new video. I release a new video every Sunday to help you to massively improve. I look forward to seeing you and helping you in the next video.